Hey everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video, I build a script of smart contracts for Twitter decentralized application. And these are the initial steps if you want to build a smart contracts for app like Twitter in Solidity. I didn't do the gas optimization and event emission here. I just wrote the initial steps for any decentralized application like Twitter. So in Twitter, there are two main things like we can tweet and we can message to the another user. So these are the structure I built. A tweet with the four things: ID of the tweet, address of the author, whoever is gonna tweet, the address is stored here, and the string content. So what is the content of the tweet and the time at which the tweet is uploaded. And same thing with the message. There are five things: ID of the message, content in the message, and there are additional one thing is receiver and sender. Like whoever is going to send this message, the address of that person, and the person who is going to receive the message, the address of that person is receiver, and also the time. And now there are six mapping I am doing here. The first one is mapping the tweet to the ID of the tweet. The second one is the address to the tweet. Like whoever is gonna tweet this tweet, that tweet is mapping toward the address of that person. Okay. So the next one is message conversation between two users. This is mapping here, and as you can see here, I map this UINT, the ID of that conversation or that message, to the struct message. So like if is more than 100 or 1000 messages, so that's why I am here mapping toward the array of the message. The same thing with operator. Operators are who the user is allowing some another address to the operate their Twitter account. Like Shubham allow the Piyush to operate his account, and here operators or can tweet on the behalf of that user. So I am here mapping the address of some user to the mapping address of the operator equals to bool. If I didn't allow someone to operate, the value of bool is here default false, and if I allow, it can be true. So the next is following. If I follow someone, it is the mapping of that, and last one is a following list. Like if I follow the 100%, that 100% address are stored here following mapping. So I declare two variables here: next tweet ID and next message ID. Default both these two variables are initialized to 0, and then I build a modifier here. If someone wants to tweet, the function called by someone, the message dot sender, it should be equals to the that address or that owner, and the another one, it can be the operator of that user. So this is the only authorized function. Then there is a two main internal function like tweet and send message. It in tweet section you can see like next ID, like the ID of that tweet is 0. Initially, the next ID value is 0. And then I'm mapping the whole content and that address of that person who is going to tweet here. So this is the simple function as you can see. And at the end of this, I am also adding that tweet and that ID to the tweets of mapping. Like here you can see the address of the person who is going to tweet and the ID of that tweet, and then I am gonna increase the next tweet ID. Same thing is here, conversation mapping send message, and like this. Now this is the part. This tweet is for owner, and this tweet function is for operator, as you can see here. And now this is send message is for owner, and this is for operator. So this is the same function as above. We are calling the function and also modifier. Uh, uh, to qualify the request of tweeting and send message. And then there is a function of follow. If someone follow, it should be firstly is unfollow that person, then we can follow that person. If we already follow, we don't want to follow it again. So that's where the request statement is like, if this is false, Then we're gonna moving to the next step. Otherwise, we are going to throw a error. You are already following this user. And if you want to unfollow some person, it should be followed first. If it not, you are already unfollowing this user. So here this require statement. And yeah, we are using the mapping here. And now the simple data structure use here, like if you unfollow some person, you want to remove that person from your list of following. And this is the just one for loop. You can see I am deleting that followed address from the my following list. And this is the allow. If I want to allow someone to operate my account, I would do this. Similarly to disallow, we can do is follow. And the main two function are here is like getting a latest tweet from some user and getting a latest tweet on the entire app. So if you want to get a latest tweet from some user, uh, it is bit difficult, not very much, but still we want to go the mapping of the tweets of and the length of that array is the n. And if the count should be greater than 0, and also the less than of the total tweets of that person, only if we can show the tweet. Otherwise the tweet by some person is 10 and we are giving the count of 12, it is invalid. So this is a request statement for that. And we are creating the array because we want to return the full array of that tweet here. And now you can see I use some data structure, and one for loop is giving the latest tweet of that user. Same with the get latest tweet of the uh, overall Twitter app. Here the main thing is next tweet ID. As you can see here, I declare the next tweet ID initially, and we are increasing the next tweet ID whenever someone is going to tweet. So if the count is less than 0 or it is greater than next tweet ID, it is invalid. So total, like think like this in the database, there are 100 tweet, but we are giving the count of one more than 100, like 101, 102. It is invalid. That ID is not present in our database. So we are gonna say that count is invalid, and this is the required statement here. So same like here. Okay, huh? So this is simple DSA. You can see that one for loop is giving the similar values of our tweet. Like if the next count ID, the count is 5 and the next tweet ID is 7. So we want to return a latest 5 tweet. Yeah. So this is the data structure simple. That's it. This is the initial steps. If you want to build a smart contracts for Twitter decentralized application, we can improve in this. Like we can do gas optimization, event emission. That is the future part. But this is a good start for beginner. If you want to start building a DApp, like any social media app, these are the similar things like Twitter. So go ahead. The link in the description of this code. Thanks.